Oh. Someone help me out here. With this? Oh, it's written right there. Oh my god. It's right. I don't like what I see is I see this. I didn't actually see his name. This is what I see on my screen. But I see in my OBS that I was actually his name was literally there. Oops. Alright. Alright, we're into the game. JorDan against Vinchester had just begun. We have Chinese against Goth. Goth, of course, Vinchester goes for Goth. Chinese against Goth on Graveyards, which is the first match in the best of 5 here between JorDan and Vinchester. And yeah. Why is it? I kind of want to open the window, but then again, my neighbors will get sad because you guys will see them. It's warm. But yeah, we have JorDan in the red color playing as the Chinese. Chinese probably recognized as the best 1v1 civ at the moment on standard maps. They're just so versatile, such a great economy, such flexible military. It's just everything is going for them. But I have to point out, the backside of his base has no wood whatsoever. So any wood JorDan will be taking at this point will be forward. And that is not pretty. Not pretty at all. But he's Chinese. He's going to have to find a way to compensate for that. In the yellow, we have Vinchester. He's playing in the right color at least. With a bit of a nicer back base here. Some wood lines towards the back. And yeah, we'll see what he has to do. Vinchester has always had some weird thing with Goth, where he has often lost matches with Goth, but he insists on picking them and drafting them. Even let me remove that. He insists on picking them and drafting them and playing them, even though historically I would say his results have not been great with Goth. Although I say that without actually knowing. I just can't remember many games where it's like, oh my god, Vinch is the one with Goth, you know? So, yeah. In which stage can Goth shine in this matchup? Post Imperial Age. If he gets to like late Castle Age with equal economy or Imperial Age with equal setup, then Huskhull spam can be really hard to stop. And yeah, keep in mind, longswords have been buffed. Longswords now have extra melee armor, +1 melee armor, and the longsword upgrade is 50 food cheaper. So yeah, maybe that's the reason why Vinchester has renewed faith in Goth. How many relics are on this map? We can check that simply by doing this. If I can just find one relic to click. We have 11 relics on the map, I believe. Yeah, 11 relics in total are on this map. Counters were buffed too. What counter was buffed? The only thing that changed was that supplies is cheaper, meaning other civs have easier access to those resources or to make champions and whatnot to counter. But Chinese do not have supplies, so it doesn't matter for them. Don't Chukuno with rocketry destroy Huskulls? Not really, no. They do decent against them for sure, but they don't destroy them. JorDan, by the way, stealing 2 sheep here from Vinchester. A good start for him. Vinchester unfortunately couldn't find those, and JorDan luckily running past them. And being a little lamer boy that JorDan is. 12 relics? No, it's 11. Why do you guys say there's 12? So yeah, we're just waiting for Feudal Age to kick in pretty much. We see Vinch is going for a pre-mill barracks. So barracks before the mill on the berries. So a drush is coming out for him. They do have a discount in the Dark Age already. So the drush will be coming out soon. Vinch has to be careful. You might run into the town center of JorDan. Not careful. The TC of JorDan is up here. Vinchester so far. The spider sense should be tingling that these trees look like they could be close to a town center. So he has to be careful. He sees a house now, so he should be fine. JorDan on the way to the Feudal Age with 22 population. Going for a second lumber camp, quite far off. It's not pretty, but it has a good wood line. And also sending 2 wheels to gold right away. He has to be careful though. The militia are coming across the map now. There's 2 of them so far. Looks like Vinchester stopped on 2 as well. Yeah, he only made 2 militia. I'm confused. He has 18 gold. Okay, finds 1 villager. JorDan could try to quick wall this, but we all know JorDan is not necessarily the biggest quick waller. He decides to just take the damage he can on the scout. He thinks that villager will go down no matter what. But yeah, I'm confused about Vinchester. He must have been taking... How much gold? I'm so confused. How much is a militia for Goth? 20% is 16 gold, right? 32. Okay, makes sense. The math adds up, actually. The math adds up. But yeah, I am surprised that he didn't do 3 militia, which is the norm. For some reason, he thought that 2 militia is enough to accomplish what he wants to accomplish. Like, it should be 16 gold, because it's 20% discount, right? Feudal Age coming in now for Vinchester as well. It's quite a late Feudal Age. JorDan gets some archers out there quite fast. Then that could be dangerous. As Vinchester now going to lose his scout. Nicely done by JorDan. Now we have to see the follow-up here for Vinchester. Still no signs of a follow-up addition of a militia. JorDan obviously still with his scout fully alive. Can scout everything. Knows exactly what's going on. We have to wait and see what Vinchester opts for. Mr. F4 is gifting a sub to Kasva. Slappy Sinclair, think about 5 months. Yeah, JorDan sees everything that's going on. Vinchester now sending villagers to gold. Still hasn't queued up a militia, so this could easily be an archer switch, could be skirmisher switch. Could be anything. But I believe he will start with a range and make some skirms in defense. And then kind of adapt from there. What's the... We usually have this screen, right? Yeah. Militia are coming in. Should not be a problem here. So close to the town center as well that if he goes in, TC Fire might be able to help out. Yeah, JorDan is fighting back with the villagers. He was just housed now, JorDan, but he cleaned that up. Or he made a new house, so he's fine. Let's see, Vinchester. 2 on gold, but there's already an archer here, so JorDan's pressure is coming in really fast as Vinchester just does a range and a blacksmith in the back of his base. Not the most typical placement for an archery range. I feel like it's the attempt here to just hide it a little bit, or just the range behind there just doesn't make too much sense, but I mean, okay. Yeah, the deer hunters as well are coming back. JorDan doesn't have enough army to do much here. It can be a bit annoying. Ooh, nice quick gate by Vinch, but the archers had an escape path on the left side. JorDan could, with some solid micro, get enough damage to the point where we can start picking things off. Spearman here. If the spearman goes down, the scout could clean up the skirmisher, and it does. So this would be very annoying for Vinchester to try and deal with. Because the scout can fend it off with the villagers for the time being, but there's no armor yet, so JorDan could even target the skirmisher. JorDan going for the villagers instead, as the militia are chasing an archer who is being chased by a wolf. Solid micro from both. Vinchester does have the armor upgrade now, so JorDan has to be careful here and get out of dodge. Wolf kind of gonna clean up this archer potentially, as Vinchester spreads out, getting some value with those militia still. Quite nice for him. This wolf is so annoying. And yeah, the skirmishers now are just gonna clean up whatever archers JorDan will send forward. So Vinchester, completely fine here, doing horse color as well, dropping a stable now. But JorDan is just continuing making only archers. So Vinchester adding a stable implies that he's going Feudal Age still. My thought here is that he's maybe thinking that JorDan is switching into skirms himself now. And therefore Vinchester wants to be ahead of it and make his own scouts. But JorDan is continuing archer production and making his own scouts instead. I really like this move. He's also sending some archers now to sneak around and counterattack. He's expecting Vinchester to come forward with the skirm, so very solid decision making by JorDan here. I do like it a lot. As we have AOE 89_53 gifting 5 subs to the channel. Thank you very, very kindly for the 5 gifted subs. Skirms are coming in now, but there is no spearman around. So once JorDan has 2 or 3 scouts, he could jump out and clean this up. Only annoyance will be the militia at the moment, but they are quite low HP, so yeah, should be no problems whatsoever for JorDan to clean this up. And he's just releasing the scouts right away and gonna engage. The skirms will get some solid damage from the militia as well, so in the end it's a decent, actually solid trade for Vinchester. JorDan can't really engage properly at the moment, but he is coming around here with 4 archers. This is gonna be a deadly sneak attack. Let's see what JorDan sees here. Let's see what JorDan decides. JorDan should go all the way to the woodline here. He should ignore this villager as he's doing and just go all the way to the woodline. Because that's where it's going to be the hardest for Vinchester to recover as many villagers as he can. JorDan is still fine here. It's just skirmishes. They're not doing too much damage. And there we go. Archers are in the woodline. 1 villager down. We have an engagement here as well. Good for JorDan. Has to be careful though with the spearmen. 2 villagers down. And it's not only that, it's all the idle time as well. But JorDan being pulled out here. He doesn't really want to fight the spear. But the spear is not fighting for some reason. So we have engagements now on both sides. Vinchester has to pull all the villagers away. But it looks like JorDan now, he's split. He did clean up all the army in terms of spearmen and scouts. So now the scouts should be able to clean up the rest of the skirms of Vinchester. And Vinchester will stabilize at home as well. But that was a lot of idle time that Vinchester did not need for his economy. He's only got 4 villages in wood right now. So he had to move all the villages to a front lumber camp here. That's a really nice sneak attack from JorDan here. Second range now for JorDan as well, doing bloodlines. He's still queuing up scouts as well. He has double stable production actually. So JorDan is looking to commit heavy on the feudal age pressure here. Vinchester is being very aggressive, even sending the skirms and spearmen even more into JorDan's base. With bloodlines, this is an easy cleanup now for the amount of scouts that JorDan has. If he gets the archers involved as well, he could potentially snipe the spearmen. Vinchester is also sending another scout forward. And this is the commitment from JorDan. He's going to clean up everything. It's a very nice cleanup for JorDan. Vinchester looks like he's thinking about Castle Age. If he does a market, he might be able to buy his way up, but some idle time here. Second range now for Vinchester as well. Vinchester is playing very open. Of course, he walled the right side a little bit, but front is still super exposed. And again, JorDan coming in with the 4 archers. They snuck back in, and they are now causing more problems here for Vinchester as JorDan commits on wheelbarrow and forging. JorDan is going for the kill. He is not messing around. He wants to end the game here and now. Trying to snipe the 1 HP villager. Doesn't get it. Nice save by Vinchester. JorDan now coming in. There's enough spearmen here for Vinchester to be fine against this. And this is the point where if I'm JorDan, I'm thinking to cancel forging, stop losing scouts, and just go to the Castle Age. Because that's what Vinchester is doing. Vinchester is now doing a market. He just buys 200 food with his gold. He's on the way to the Castle Age. Now JorDan has a really good economy, but he is still committing 100% onto the feudal age. Those archers are still being chased. JorDan could just send 1 scout to clean that up. Massive army lead though for JorDan. This could, if Vinchester does not defend this correctly, game might end here and now. Vinchester might even have to do a tower here. The last game was a hell of a game. Oh, they just finished their first game? That game went on a while, yeah? Still open here as well for Vinchester. So much idle time here, and JorDan eventually gonna jump here. Vinchester is on the way to the Castle Age. He doesn't have upgrades for his infantry either. Those had armor. Maybe JorDan could get a good trade here, but yeah. Tower now up for Vinchester. JorDan will not commit there any further. Now he's switching down to the woodline, where Vinchester had to buy another 100 stone to make another tower. And Vinchester will secure his base with this, but JorDan is also using the market and will be able to click to the Castle Age himself. At one point, Velez had 130 pop and AZM 160. Really? Damn. That's crazy. Let's see what JorDan decides to do. He's thinking about sitting under the tower, but the tower fire combined with the spearman, this is not a great move by JorDan here. 5 village lead for JorDan, and JorDan also has wheelbarrow. So economy-wise, JorDan is miles ahead. He has also killed 4 vills versus losing 2 only. Putting pressure on the woodland here as well, trying to anyway. Now, JorDan is in a great spot economically and map control-wise and everything, but Vinchester had horse color earlier, for example, and idle time as well. If you look at the idle time, Vinchester's economy is definitely not as efficient as JorDan. JorDan, again, a little bit of a weird dive-in, which is pretty much just wasting HP on his scouts. But yeah, I think JorDan also feeling very comfortable. But we're also reaching a point where Vinchester is going to hit Castle Age and be stable. Meaning that if he can get economy going, maybe get a castle down, Huskarl spam could be an issue for JorDan down the road. However, Huskarls, now obviously longswords, will have +1 armor, melee armor. Meaning that they will be a better counter for Huskarls potentially. JorDan trying to sneak around again with some scouts. Vinchester on top of it, keeping the spearman at home, and we'll be fine. Crossbow upgrade is done by Vinchester here. He wants to move out and engage. JorDan has to be careful here. This will not be a favorable engagement for JorDan. 1 knight as well mixed in. See what JorDan does. JorDan even have moved to the front gold. Hitting Castle Age. This is a time window where JorDan could potentially have some suffer and pain. If Vinchester goes straight for this gold now, JorDan will still have to buy 20 seconds before his eco upgrades kicks in, or before his army upgrades kick in. And that could be a couple of dead vills, could be a couple of dead archers. Ooh, JorDan is playing with fire here. Crossbow upgrade is in, but this also we know Vinchester has amazing micro. So JorDan has to be very careful here. But double knights behind this as well with armor upgrades, with bloodlines. You would imagine that JorDan should be completely fine here as he is cleaning that up. And he's just going to jump on the army and clean up the whole crossbows. Great play by JorDan, only losing 1 villager in the end. And again, taking back convincing map control. DB Cooper 503, thank you for the 3 months. Pizza Boy AOE, thank you for the prime there as well. Second TC is up for Vinch already on the front. This I can guarantee you guys. There'll be a Seed Rook shop on this hill. And there will be mangonel pressure coming in on this town center. JorDan has a second TC himself. Probably will have a third town center eventually somewhere as well. Villager counts very similar. Vinchester going for the armor upgrade already. Is this a tell for what's coming in the future? We see longswordsman upgrade being researched. Then I'll be very impressed with the balls of this kid. He's doing spearmen now, so it might just be for more pikemen. He does have 3 pikemen here, or spearmen. Yeah, Vinchester not really committing yet. There's so much idle time as well here. The Knights are just coming in. This is a very awkward situation for Vinchester. Great pressure by JorDan. Being active on multiple fronts, forcing idle time, killing villagers, idling woodlines. Very nice aggression from JorDan so far. Behind this, JorDan obviously with 2 TCs. Production macro is on point. And Vinchester just struggling. Villager count still looks fairly nice for Vinchester. Economy upgrades look nice, but it's just about the efficiency. If you look at the worker efficiency over the last minute, Vinchester is down to 40%, while JorDan is on 70%. And there we have it. The castle is finally being dropped by Vinchester. And Vinchester, I mean, he's kind of at the position where Vinchester wants to be. He's able to get a castle down. He has economy. He's not miles behind. Well, is behind, but not miles behind. And he will be able to make Huskarls. Question now will be, how is JorDan going to respond to this? I don't think JorDan has seen the castle coming up yet. He does not know about it yet. He sees a TC now. There could be a lot of dead vills for Vinchester, but nice quick walls. The house is still vulnerable though. JorDan could take out the house. No, he does not. The crossbows are coming in though, so this could still be a nice couple of villager kills for JorDan, as he has 6 crossbows mixed in, targeting those villagers who are now kind of trapped. TC will go up, but at what cost? And now JorDan sees the castle as well. So he knows Huskarls might be on the way. Huskarl pikeman combination could be deadly. So we have 11 village advantage for JorDan right now. Castle is up though. Vinchester is not dead. This could get pretty crazy. But JorDan is still doing a good job, just like idling farms here and there, idling woodlines. forcing idle time and just making Vinchester not have a smooth development of his Goth economy. Another villager might go down on the farm here. Indeed it does. JorDan's still on 2 TCs, so he really wants to keep applying the pressure. No sign of him easing up and going for like 3rd town center, 4th TC. He wants to take a clear enough lead in the castle age to the point where Goth player will not be able to come back. 69 bills now for JorDan, nice. And yeah, JorDan is just putting in the punishment, I would say. Huskarls are now out as well. It's only +1 armor Huskal though, so Knights will easily clean up that low amount of Huskarls as well. And yeah, JorDan is just... Score is for some reason closer now, but JorDan is further ahead. The reason for that is that JorDan just sacrificed some military to kill a bunch of villagers, and Vinchester got more score from killing those villagers than he did killing that military than he did losing his villagers. So that's why Vinchester is now, or was closer in score for a minute there, but yeah, 500 score difference for JorDan, still being annoying, still being active with his units. Got some monks mixed in now as well, so it'll probably help with the conversions of the Huskarls and also picking up all the relics all around the map. Vinchester has done a good job though to still be making crossbows. If he didn't have crossbows here, Vinchester would be super dead. Vinchester is now doing pikemen, so he's going for the pikeman Huskarl mix, which is kind of the scary army to face here. JorDan now doing ballistics himself. JorDan still not done a single castle age economy upgrade, which could haunt him in the long run, but for now, obviously still looking very, very good. Mumon Rift, thank you very much for the time sub there. Appreciate that. JorDan just being annoying, taking out of barracks, which is pretty much 33% of the production of Vinchester at the moment. Some nice patrol micro here. Nice micro from both players, trying to dodge ballistics here. There is no ballistics for Vinchester though, only JorDan has ballistics. And the Huskarls are moving out. This seems like a weird timing. He doesn't have the numbers yet. 65 wills to 82. This is a great trade for JorDan. He just needs to clean up the Huskarls, snipe the pikeman with the crossbow. And yeah, JorDan's getting an amazing trade here again. The Huskarls are gone. JorDan can just focus on the pikeman. And the crossbows of Vinchester honestly aren't that scary. So JorDan just taking a great trade here. Cementing his position, pushing even further ahead. Camera angle different or is it just me? It's a bit different because I've moved my setup a little bit. It's not what it normally has been. So things are a bit different. I have a new monitor as well with bigger resolution, so things are different. Let's put it like that. JorDan doing stone mining now, Bosa, adding another range, so he just wants to... Like, JorDan is going to stay 2 TC by the looks of it. He wants to drop a 4th castle instead. He doesn't want to add a 3rd town, so he wants to keep applying the pressure. Make sure Vinchester never gets to that snowball of a number. The scary part here, though, with not adding a 3rd TC is that Vinchester is on 3 TCs. And Vinchester has... Yeah, 17 bills behind is still significant, don't get me wrong. JorDan just goes in and snipes some other barracks. But the barracks... If there was like 2 or 3 more barracks here and the production has really started to kick into high gear, I would be a little bit worried for JorDan. But yeah, still a nice raid there, killing 2-3 bills. And then just going back and healing up the Knights. This is perfect play. Doing the +2 attack, iron casting as well. There's the 30s from JorDan, just kind of taking more map control on the left side. And Vinchester still just struggling. JorDan could maybe even consider going to Imperial Age here, looking at his resources. Vinchester though, has to be said, he's done a really good job at getting the farm count up. 38 farmers now, which is enough to spam infantry with Goth forever. +2 armor on the way, the barrack numbers are growing. JorDan with 35 population lead. Obviously JorDan is still looking great. It's just scary because if Goth gets that one good trade, it's very similar to, let's say, Eagles. It's the snowball, right? If that one good fight happens, a couple of more good fights are to come. This is great micro by JorDan. Killing 5 pikemen there, and the Huskarls have to disengage even. Perfect move by JorDan here. Just taking such good micro to remove the threat of the Goth army. And just the, not just the micro there, it's the understanding and knowledge of that as long as I clean these pikemen, when his Huskarls arrive to my crossbows, he cannot engage anyway because I have the knights. And I think this is the moment where JorDan just goes for the town center, he drops a castle, goes for the TC, and he wants to finish the game and take the first game home in a very convincing fashion. I'm a bit surprised by the movement of his crossbows here. They should have just stuck with the knights, in my opinion. Also has 2 monks here, and yeah, castle will go up. JorDan has to be a bit careful now. Villagers repairing, so he will save the villagers, but no matter what, the castle here will go up. And this castle also will have ballistics, so there'll be a lot of damage out there. Vinchester has to abandon the castle, his town center, and JorDan behind this can just ignore, like, let the army on the right side be, as we finally have anarchy coming in for Vinchester. But JorDan right now could even think about Imperial Age, but JorDan still just committing fully on the castle age. Gonna kill a lot more villagers. That's another 17 villagers running away right now, idle, not working. And JorDan even a second castle, just controlling that gold, kind of on top of the production as well. But he has to be careful here that this does not become a doubt castle, as Vinchester's production is suddenly lacking a little bit. He has anarchy. Okay, he finally started queuing up. Yeah. JorDan is suddenly up to a 40 villager lead. And he does have monks as well, ready to convert to Huskarls. JorDan is just in full, complete control of this game. Map control, 100%. Economy lead, on the way to the Imperial Age. This was a really well executed game from JorDan. For everyone asking things like, how does Britons counter Goth, for example? Does Goth counter Britons, right? And people ask, like, how do this civ counter this or that civ counter that? Usually, a civ like Goth, as we know, don't have an economy bonus, right? They don't have an eco bonus, so they are in theory behind on those other civs. So what you have to do is what JorDan showcased in this game: use your civ advantages to take a lead and just never allow the Goth player to get to the 120, 130 villagers and spam Huskarls for the rest of his life. And that's exactly what JorDan has showcased in this game, and it was just perfect display of how to make sure the Goth never gets to the stage where he will overwhelm you. Insta-loom is sort of a bonus. Yes, but it's a one villager bonus, pretty much. It's not a long-term economy bonus. You can argue, yeah, but the one villager collects more resources long-term, so it's a long-term economy bonus. Yes, but it's not like a consistent, all the time, you get an eco bonus. Eco KD 49 to 4 indeed. Vinchester has been on the defensive the whole time. Still 83 villagers, which is solid for Goth, but JorDan about to hit the Imperial Age. He's doing a longsword switch as well, by the looks of it. I don't see barracks being placed now. Another castle, just again, controlling the map. And Vinchester, he might try and make a jump on a castle here. So he feels like he probably has to. But the question is, where can he make a push to the point where he can win the game? There's also a 2,500 score lead right now. Vinchester is going for trying to go straight through and just go to JorDan's economy by the looks of it. Cavalier coming in for JorDan. JorDan's kind of doing a little bit of everything. Even a defensive castle now at home to make sure the raid is not going to be successful. Taking no risks at all is Mr. Jordy. He wants to close out this game. See how long Vinchester decides to stick around. This will be a good trade for Vinchester on the left side, but the right side, the Knights should be able to clean up the masses, and suddenly we have a 50 population lead as Vinchester calls the GG. And again, just salutes to JorDan for a really good display of how to deal with Goth with a civ that might struggle in the later phase of the game. General Timbo, thank you for the 17 months. JKBL, thanks for the sub. Welcome to the channel. Melkheimer with the 18 months as well. Appreciate that a lot. Mumon Rift with the Prime. ZRTRGT with the 14 months. Missed your match? Hope it went well. You can go back and check. I don't want to spoil anything. You can go back and watch the VOD in case you wish to. Over almost 15,000 resources collected more for JorDan here in the end. And if you collect 15,000 resources more than your opponent and he is in Castle Age, you have probably done something right. Yeah, that is a good point as well. Loom is not usually researched until later in the Dark Age, so you don't have... That eco bonus doesn't come in fast. You're right about that. It's a good point.